On Your Side now at 6 o'clock. Grand plans to bring sports and entertainment to East Charlotte. Last night, all new at 6, we told you about the new proposal for the Eastland Yards development. Well, new tonight, the community has concerns about the potential of that project.
Yeah, not just concerns, Jamie. They're calling for more accountability from the city to take these proposals off the page and bring success, they say, to the community. WBTV's Lowell Rose talked with Charlotte East today about the project.
For years, people here in East Charlotte have waited for change here at the former Eastland Mall site. Now, as construction starts and new proposals come in, Charlotte East wants to make sure only the best project is built here.
We want to create jobs. Again, we want that to be a memorable location where people go to, leave, and absolutely want to come back to.
The new proposal for the old Eastland Mall site includes 6 multi-use athletic fields, an esports center, a learning hub, and event space holding up to 2,500 people. $53 million would be raised privately, with the city chipping in $30 million.
There are certainly some exciting and transformative elements of this proposal, right? It does promise to create the transformative destination that I think we in East Charlotte have been looking for quite some time.
Despite the proposal checking all the boxes, Charlotte East, a nonprofit that is dedicated to supporting the growth of East Charlotte, has concerns about the proposal. Some includes transportation issues, the timeline to completion, a safety net if one of the partners back out of the plan, and fears of the city approving a new proposal too quickly.
But the concerns at this point really are outweighing the excitement and the promise and the fanfare from not just our organization, but from community members that we're hearing in surrounding neighborhoods and throughout the East Charlotte community.
The nonprofit concerns extend to the lack of action from the city of Charlotte, including failure to set a deadline to decide and how much money the city is willing to provide developers.
If the city is not willing to make a firm and definitive date for when a decision will be made, it's fair of our community to ask the city to seek support from the county in getting this deal done.
Charlotte East tell me, along with the new proposal from Southern Entertainment for Eastland Yards, we can expect modifications from the former proposals given to the city months ago. The Jobs and Economic Development Council Committee will meet Monday for updates. Reporting in Charlotte, Lowell Rose, WBTV, On Your Side.